Hello, hello, hello. This is your boy Brandon Karaya, aka Master of None, aka EF Hutton of Entertainment, and we are back with another movie review. And this review will be the review for Top Gun Maverick. And just to provide a little bit of context, Top Gun 1 came out in 1986, and as much as I am getting older, I'm not that old. I was born in 92. I turned 30 this year. So a few good amount of years before I was born, but the reason why I was really excited to see this movie back in 2019 when they first started dropping trailers for it to come out in 2020. Obviously the pandemic hit and they pushed it, which I'm glad they did because this movie on an IMAX screen was amazing. I highly suggest everyone go see that. But when this movie came out, my mom actually had it on VHS, and my mom is really a big movie person. Not so much now because she's really obviously busy with work, but more back then. Me and her, she's a big influence on my movie watching, and why I'm even probably acting today. Me and her used to watch movies together all the time, and one of her favorite genres are action movies, and not only action movies, but somewhat just like on the cornier side of action movies because she just likes to be entertained. She doesn't need anything like overly special or overly deep or mind provoking, sorry, for her to enjoy a movie. And so action movies were just her form of entertainment. And one of my favorite movies is Face Off with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. So I was also a big action movie person. I just remember going to see Triple X with Vin Diesel with my mom in theater. So she really had a big influence on just my movie watching, but especially that genre. So when it came to Top Gun, I had a nostalgic feeling just because me and my mom watched it together when I was younger. So I was really excited for this. So we now come to Top Gun Maverick. And actually, before I go into Top Gun Maverick, sorry to do a little rewind, but just general thoughts on the first Top Gun. Top Gun 1, it didn't hold up as much as I thought. And again, I'm a serious man of nostalgia. So nostalgia to me really just hits me in my feels and just really draws me in. That being said, Top Gun 1 was... It wasn't bad, but it was okay. It was okay. And obviously for the time, it was okay. It was basically just what I felt after rewatching Top Gun 1. It felt like they tried to just kind of pack all of the 80s elements that made action movies and kind of jam-packed it into one movie. That's what it felt like anyway. So it didn't really hold up. That being said, I was still really excited for this movie because the trailers looked bonkers. The footage that they shot in the planes looked amazing. So now let's get into this Top Gun Maverick review now that I've provided that little bit of context. So this movie was really, really good. I honestly, I might even go as far as to say it's elite. Like, it is an elite movie. I really enjoyed it. And again, because me remembering what the first one was, I wasn't expecting much from this movie. I was really just expecting, obviously, the looks and CGI and stuff and the special effects will look a lot better than back in the 80s. That I knew would be leaps and bounds ahead. So I wasn't even going into the movie expecting to be like, oh, this movie is going to be way better than the first one because it just looks better. I can't hold that against Top Gun 1 back in the 80s. But not only did this movie look fucking beautiful, like it was really good. Like looks wise, it looked gorgeous. The practical shots of obviously just the aviation stuff was amazing. And I really wasn't expecting much outside of the visuals to just wow me. And I honestly was going into the movie just to kind of be wowed by the visuals. But surprisingly, like, I came out of the movie and this movie is leaps and bounds ahead of Top Gun 1 in like every aspect of filmmaking, writing, acting, visuals, obviously, storytelling. like everything was just enhanced tenfold from the first one, and I was not expecting that. I wasn't expecting the character arcs and developments to be as good as they were. I wasn't expecting the storytelling and the plot to be as good as it was, because they kind of did follow the same formula by adding in certain little key elements, but they did switch it up like a lot. And near the end, like me and my friend that I went to go watch the movie with, shout out my boy Courtesy. We went to go see Top Gun, and we kind of, during the debrief when they were kind of explaining the mission and what they have to kind of do, it like clicked in both of us, and we were like, yo, did these motherfuckers merge Mission Impossible with Top Gun? And we were like, yo, we think they did. And we weren't even bothered by it. We were kind of like, okay, we kind of fucks with it. We fucks with it. So that aspect of the third act was actually surprisingly really good. And yeah, like this movie was just like, to me, leaps and bounds ahead of the first Top Gun in every single manner, not just action and the visuals, which the visuals are obviously the key thing in this movie. And there's a scene like right at the beginning where Tom Cruise, this isn't really spoiling anything because it's kind of separate from the majority of the meat of the story, but there's a scene in the beginning where he's flying like a testing ship or like a stealth ship that could go like really fast, or like, I don't know if they're trying to test it to make sure it's ready to be mass produced. I don't know exactly. I might have missed that part, but he was basically just testing it to see if he could get up to Mach 10. And when he was just obviously flying over the earth, going like that fast, the backdrops and like just the scenery that they were setting as he was flying looked absolutely gorgeous. And it was just like, yo, like this is just like like I've been saying, leaps and bounds ahead of the other one. So yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I wasn't expecting to. I did know I was gonna enjoy it, but I didn't think I would walk out being like, that movie was elite, like almost like elite. And like, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I don't think I have too much else to say about it without kind of spoiling too much. The movie was really good. I was surprisingly really good, really good, and from a filmmaking perspective, from a directing perspective, I think it's like top tier directing. So I feel like the aspiring directors out there, like shout out my brother-in-law, I feel like he'll really enjoy this. He may not be like a Top Gun person, but I feel like he'll enjoy it just from the directing standpoint of it, because it looks absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, just make sure to go check it out. Make sure you try and see this movie on the biggest screen possible, IMAX preferably. It will not disappoint. It's worth the experience. And yeah, just go check it out. That's it for this review for Top Gun Maverick. I hope you enjoyed this review. If you think you would like videos like this, surrounding content like this, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, make that little red bell or gray bell. I'd appreciate it. I'm going to be dropping content more consistently. I promise. So I would appreciate your support. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.